Hi, this is Papa John Bug,
And I'm George Ott.
and you're listening to Danny Coleman's Rock On Radio.
Well,
Were you ready?
we are here again at the two-track studios of Deco Entertainment.
Yes, we are, and it's fall.
Now, I don't know whether or not it's a good thing
It's usually not
that
a good
Bruce
thing.
is like comfortable enough with us now where he just like comes in, says
Bye.
hi, and says see you next week.
Lock up. Here's the keys.
It's like Diane, and I still have the key to Asbury Park Vibes.
And we have to find out about Christmas time.
Yeah, gosh, the Christmas Spectacular.
It's coming back around.
Do you realize I've already gotten...
Christmas music,
We're already
right?
booked into November.
Really?
Yes.
Ah, very good.
Mm-hmm. We are. Speaking of Deco Entertainment, we have a Deco artist calling the show this evening.
Yes, we do.
We've decided the name is
Pump 5.
okay. Steve from Pump 5 will be calling the program.
It looks like they put it together as one word, so it almost looks like pumps, but it's a 5 at the end.
Okay. All right. Because good thing we figured that out because they would have been the Mosey beat. To
No,
me.
that was you. That wasn't me.
Do you? Wait. a
I
minute.
said Pump 5. Mine says Pump 5. So I was on board. I wouldn't have let you go
Of course you were.
I wouldn't have let you go down that rabbit hole.
Yes, of course.
No. That's my job.
Well, I am Danny Coleman. As you hear, producer Claire is here.
I am.
I want to just say thank you, actually, to Lisa Marie Nicole. I did a podcast with me,
Oh.
which I posted.
Yes,
and I
I
think
shared
you
it
shared
out.
it to our
I did.
radio show page on Facebook,
I
Danny
did.
Coleman's Rock on Radio 2, the number 2, from Florida. And it was a very, very nice podcast, actually. Several of the people who were listening have already reached out to me about
Oh, good.
music and so on and so forth. Today, I also received a message from a gentleman who is on Facebook as Laird Mark, as in Mark Laird. He's over in Cornwall, Scotland.
Oh.
So him and I had a little,
Wow.
we had a little live video WhatsApp conversation today.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
He wants to form a partnership of sorts with us to promote indie music here and abroad. And he stuck me in several Facebook groups, and I've already gotten like about a half a dozen friend requests and some music submissions.
That's cool.
So that's pretty cool. So thank you to Mark over there as well. I had a huge interview this week with a band called the Box Masters.
Okay.
They will be at Monmouth University's Pollock Theater, a venue you
Oh,
and
that's
I
nice.
are
That's a
very
nice
familiar
theater.
with.
Yeah.
They will be at Pollock University or Pollock Theater in Monmouth University
Right.
on October 11th.
It's a Friday night.
Is it? Yes, Friday night, October 11th. They will be there on a Friday night, October 11th. The night before, on October 10th, they will be at the Sellersville Theater
Oh, fun.
in Sellersville, Pennsylvania.
Nice.
They are really cool. Really,
What's her name again?
the Box Masters.
Box Masters.
Now, the Box Masters, their front guy is a gentleman that we may or may not know. Many people will know. Those I've spoken to who are under the age of 40 the percentage
How many people do you,
significantly dropped.
How many people do you talk to under the age of 40?
Well, I when I at the golf course, there are multiple people who have not even. I've got bath towels older than half of the golf course staff.
True.
Anyway, the lead guy for this band is Billy Bob Thornton,
Nice.
the actor.
Very cool.
And the music's really cool, so I encourage everybody to check them out. Had a great conversation with Billy Bob.
Is he going to be at the Pollock Theater then on the 11th?
He will be at the Pollock Theater. Yeah,
Very
that's his
cool.
band,
That's
the
his-
Boxmasters.
That's awesome. That's really cool.
He goes by the stage name of Bud.
Bud.
And he told me a really cool story. I'll just let a little bit of it out before I turn it into a. God bless you, young lady. I will
Thank
turn it into a. I'm probably going to turn it into a podcast.
Oh, good.
But he told me a little story about the last time they played Pollock Theater. He said he felt really bad because it was in like June or July, and it was pouring and it was rainy. And he said, they were just the Boxmasters then, and he does not use his fame to promote the band. He lets it rise and fall on the merits of the band.
Oh, that's cool.
And he said that the last time they played there were like 80 people in a theater that holds a couple hundred, right? There's
right,
eight,
right.
so it was only like a third full. So afterwards, he went up to the woman that was running the event, and he apologized. And he said, "I'm really sorry. I didn't. I wish we could have done better for you," and so on. And she looked at it and said, "Oh, don't worry about it. School's not in, so we don't have any students." And she said, "It's a miserable night, and it's summertime. Everybody's at the shore. They're at the boardwalk. Next time we'll arrange it so that you don't have to deal with those things."
That makes sense.
And he thought, yeah, okay, there probably won't be a next time. But so he says, so when I looked down on the tour schedule and I saw Pollock Theater, I was pleasantly surprised.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, excuse me. How many of these people that you don't even know that you wind up like that time I did the gig with Al Stewart, and him and I went literally 50 yards next door to Mastori's Diner and had dinner. And I just wanted to stand up on the table and say, "I'm having dinner with Al Stewart." but because nobody.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy, Year of the Cat, Time Passages, this is Al Stewart. No. So, hopefully, if you're listening to this, October 10th at the Sellersville Theater and October 11th at Monmouth University in Long Branch, New Jersey. So,
Nice.
West Long Branch, New Jersey. So,
Awesome.
check it out. Rock On Radio is brought to you by O'Connor's American Bar and Grill of East Hampton, Mount Holly, New Jersey, as well as Lillipie's of Princeton, located at 301 North Harrison Street inside the Princeton Shopping Center. Jen makes fantastic hand grenades of happiness, and we eat them. I am really hankering for some sourdough. I know we talk about it every week, but
I know. And I'm limping by on Aldi's sourdough bread, which, by the way, isn't bad. But it's not Lillipie's. Nowhere near.
I tried that same bread you speak of.
The round loaf?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we toasted. It's fine.
Yeah, well,
That's right.
toast a lot of things,
Yeah.
but it just didn't.
No, it's not Lillipie's.
Toast that and toast the
I
Jen
know. I
sourdough.
just don't get. I get to Aldi's a lot more often.
And she
than-
doesn't just make sourdough rye; she makes sourdough white, sourdough wheat. Good stuff.
Yep. And her English muffins.
German sourdough, regular sourdough, so on and so forth. So yeah, we love that. We absolutely love that. We love that so much. I would eat sourdough bread from Lillipie's while wearing socks from Sinister Footwear.
That's a good idea.
Go to sinisterfw.com and check out her fantastic array of crazy socks. Tina has quite the supply. If there's a subject or genre, Tina has a sock for it. Go to sinisterfw.com, which is Sinister Footwear. This is the link, actually, sinisterfw.com. Use the promo code DCRSOCKS, and you'll get 10% off of your order. Phoenix Art Supply and Framing.
Yay!
Located on Route 611, which is known as Southeastern Road in Doylestown, Pennsylvania. Our friends, the Schaefers, Jenny and Chuck. Jenny operates the art
store.
and framing shop, and she has a promo. Spend $200 and you get $40 or more. You get $40 off on framing to celebrate 40 years of business. That's Phoenix Art Supplies and Framing, located 611 Southeastern or Route 611 Southeastern Road in Doylestown, Pennsylvania.
1810.
Chuck is a fine musician in his right.
He's actually playing with
He's doing
Joe
a gig with Joe Weimer.
Yeah,
I saw that.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
That was so cool because he showed up at my happy hour. I can't remember who was playing. Was it Winnow, maybe, or Radio?
No, it was the year before that. I mean, the month before that, I think you said.
It was just a couple months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the last one was just Rick's.
But him,
Oh,
and
no, it was William's boy.
there was so. Oh, I think he came to Tavern on the Lake to say. Yeah, he came to Tavern on the Lake when I played with Joe Weimer that night as well.
That's right.
So see, good things come out of
Yeah,
that sort of
that's
thing.
cool.
They are a bright spot, just like Dee Dee. Dee Dee's Lights, the
of
official
light.
Chandler.
Chandler. Not as chandelier. Chandler's.
Chandler. Like shh or ch.
Chandler?
Yeah, see?
Chandler.
Like Chandler, like the character from Friends?
That's yeah.
Or is it Candler? How do we say that?
It's CH, so I don't know. I'll have to research it for you.
Maybe the rest is silent.
Well, it's like, do you say a pianist or a pianist?
Whoa. You're going down a road there. That depends on who you're talking to.
Exactly.
Well, anyway, find Dee Dee's Lights on social media. That's her on her handle on Instagram, Dee Dee's
Or
Lights.
Chandle? Or
And
Chandle
she is
handle?
the official candle maker of Rock On Radio as well as Gaslight Anthem.
Yes.
And some other big stuff she has going on.
No, very cool stuff.
Maybe I'll have to.
Confections of a Rock Star she's been doing stuff for.
I might have to force her to let me buy her lunch again and find out all about this stuff.
You can actually find out how to pronounce it then, too.
She might not. She might look at me and say, "Well, I can't say the things that she would say to me on this family show." But what the is that? You know. However, yes, Dee Dee's Lights. She does a fantastic job. That candle is very strong too. Take the lid off and the room fills without even lighting it.
Yep.
And they're soy candles. They're not wax.
Right. Well, soy wax. No.
I don't know. Does soy have waxes?
Well, they call it soy wax.
Okay, I'll go with
It's
that.
not
You
from
know far more
beeswax.
about
It's
that
different.
sort of thing than I
Do you want me to actually play how to pronounce Chandler?
Sure.
Whoops, hang on. Do it again.
Chandler,
There you go.
Chandler.
There
Chandler,
you go.
Chandler.
Well done. Chandler. We were right.
You hear that? I like my way better. What do you think?
Yeah.
She's
You
she's
can-
staying quiet.
She can talk.
I know she can. She's staying quiet. All right, so that's that.
So now we know.
That's right. Monkey Coke Coffee, the official coffee of Rock On Radio. I saw an email from Matt just the other day that said supplies are dwindling fast. They have very little left. They had the flavors they had posted left. There was no cigar blend.
I told you it was at the end.
There was the toasted coconut rum, the golden honey agave, the Peruvian Floridian. That was all there.
Except your cigar blend.
And
Well,
I
that was
think
a
the
limited
Sumatra.
edition. Okay. So the question is, how is your supply of cigar blend?
Dwindling.
Yeah, but how dwindling?
Like dwindling.
Like one more bag?
No, I don't think I even have that much.
You have to mix it with regular coffee just to get the flavor.
That's
to
what I
extend.
do.
Oh, you do?
I only put a couple scoops in with the regular coffee because it's so aromatic
It
and,
is
and
flavorful.
and flavorful and strong. You know,
You don't need much. I know. Yeah, we made a straight pot of that, and it was a little too much. I said to
Yeah.
the girls, "Got to add a little
Yep.
other stuff." Yep.
Correct. I think that was the first time Southpaw ever came on the show that we pulled that maneuver.
Yeah. Well, that was the bourbon chocolate chip.
Yeah, well, yeah. Well, Christine loved it, so
Yeah. Doesn't matter.
that's all that matters. Yeah, Monkey Cold Coffee. Go to monkeycoldcoffee.com and purchase a bag of coffee, which the prices are reduced even. They're down to like $14 a bag. So that's like 30 or 40% off.
Right.
So if you purchase one, make sure you use the promo code DCRocks10 to get 10% off your order. And for every order, Monkey Cult will make a donation to the National Pediatric Cancer Foundation.
Yep.
The Jersey Shore Jazz and Blues Foundation. I got a message from our buddy J. Pat from James Dalton
Oh.
just this morning wanting to know about the IBC. And
Oh, very interesting.
so that's still in the works. Not sure what's happening there, but
When is it? Isn't it usually in October?
it's supposedly October, whatever that first Saturday is, third
Oh, really?
or fourth.
Okay.
I'm waiting to hear back from the foundation on that. But check out the Jersey Shore Jazz and Blues Foundation at jsjbf.org and see all the great work they do in our community. Old Heights Brewing, the official beer providers of Rock On Radio.
Yeah.
They are located at 119 West Ward Street in Heightstown, New Jersey, right behind Randy Now's Man Cave. They have some really cool brews. So check them out there. Old Heights Brewing. Cigar Beauty, the official cigar provider of Rock On Radio. We've got food, booze, and cigars. What else do we need?
You're good.
Well, I could think of a few things, but again, family show. So we go with cigar.beauty. That is her handle on Instagram. Holly is the owner of Crown Majesty Cigars. And if you follow her on Instagram, make sure you tell her that you heard about her on Rock On Radio. Because on Facebook and Instagram, she does tutorials and videos and shows you the finer points of smoking and cutting and lighting and various tobacco blends of cigars. And she usually does a Facebook Live every Monday evening from a place called Cigars on the Avenue down there in Florida, where she's from. And might be able to check one of those out as well.
Nice.
Cigar.beauty. Asbury Park Vibes, Diane and Doug, fantastic photographers who have a fantastic podcast featuring musicians just like the ones we interview and beyond. They can also help you with a website if you're an entertainer or a band, a solo artist. They can also take photographs for you, write press releases or bios. So,
Or have your Christmas party.
or have the Rock On Radio Christmas party
That's right.
at the actual location, which is located on Main Street in Asbury Park. AsburyParkVibes.com. And I had now I'm just totally drew a blank onto what I wanted to say about. Well, so we'll go on to New Jersey Stage.
Right.
NewJerseyStage.com, which houses this radio program, The Penguin Rocks. If you go to thepenguinrocks.com, you can listen to this show all week long, and past shows are archived on the Penguin's Mixcloud, which is, take a deep breath,
Danny.
Mixcloud.com/thepenguin. That's where they are archived. My Mixcloud, for some reason, is
know.
fighting me. So Gary has moved everything,
Nice.
allowed me to
Good.
move everything over to there.
That's probably why I can't find anything.
Just like DecoEntertainment.com. You listen, you can go here, and then the show will be up for a
Yep.
week here. So
Yep.
check both of those sites out to hear Rock On Radio. The Penguin has all of my shows. Chip Off the Old Rock, the Blues Show, the Indie Show. Whatever I publish, it's got my
very
recent
cool.
podcast I did because Regina Bonelli had a gig in Montclair this past Friday, and
I saw that.
we did a podcast promoting her appearance at the Montclair Brewery. That's up there. I'm going to turn that Billy Bob interview, I think, into a podcast. We got all
Awesome.
kinds of stuff going on.
It's exciting.
Yeah, I think so.
Is it the Penguin?
The Penguin, mixcloud.com/the Penguin.
Okay. I see the Penguin Rocks, but
No, that's the radio station. The Mixcloud is the Penguin.
yep, I'm just searching on the Mixcloud itself to see if I can find it under shows. It's type in the Penguin Rocks if you want to get it. If you have Mixcloud app, for me to get to it, you may be uploading it to /the Penguin, but the best way to see your stuff is if you type in the
That
Penguin
way.
Rocks.
Oh, look, that's me.
That's you.
I see that.
I know.
You see, that's me.
Yeah.
That's from
see that?
9/4/22 though. So that's a little bit older.
Because it might not be the right site. But
Well, it's the Penguin Rocks, but it may be. I'll work on it.
I will show you
Yes.
when we're done.
Okay.
Did I get all our sponsors? I think I got all our sponsors. Didn't I?
Except Sandy Hall.
Oh, Sandy Hall. That's right. Sandy Hall Music. I love Sandy Hall.
She's cool.
Yes, she is.
Is she-
Sandy Hall.
Is the Josie Awards yet?
It should be this weekend. Or in October, they might be.
Okay.
Sometime in October, I think, are the Josie Awards. Anyway, Sandy Hall, she is up for a bunch of Josie Awards. Sandy Hall Music. Go to sandyhallmusic.com and you can see her brand new album, Full Circle. Sandy is also now a Deco Entertainment artist as well. So is James Popick, you know.
I know.
They
that's
will be
so
the
cool.
Deco where we sit right now will be handling the vinyl release of the
Oh, that's
Sourland
cool.
Symphony. So that's really cool.
You should probably give Bruce the chip off the old rock for Popick's interview to promote the Grammy. Isn't he doing something with the Grammy stuff? You might
Yes,
wanna
I
have it
believe I did.
play on Deco.
I did something like that. I think I may have sent it to Charlie.
Ah.
I'm not sure, but I will.
Okay.
I will. We'll
Because
double
then
check
maybe
on
we
that.
can find it on Deco as well.
We'll double
for
check
his
on that.
interview.
There you go. All right. Sounds good to me. And that's it. If they want to find us, Claire, how do they find us?
They go to dcror.com, which is the short link for Danny Coleman's rockonradio.com.
Correct. Excellent.
Isn't it your time to chime
Oh,
in?
yeah. Instagram and Twitter
Facebook.
at Rock On Radio, all one word, all capital letters. I mentioned Facebook earlier when we talked about finding Rock On Radio, Danny Coleman's Rock On Radio 2
Yep.
on Facebook. And that's that. All right, well, that brings us to our guest.
Yay.
And as I said, we have a call coming in about 45 minutes or so from Deco artist Punk 5. Somebody named Steve. Guy named Steve.
Guy named Steve. Hi, I'm Steve. We'll find out his last name.
My name is Johnny Cash. Now, our guest, Claire, has driven far and wide to the hinterlands.
Nice.
She literally, this is like she drove across half the state.
Oh, nice. Good thing it's not Pennsylvania.
Pretty close because she is from Manahawkin, right?
Tuckerton.
Or Tuckerton, all right, where the
The
Lizzie
other side.
Rose is located.
Right.
So
That's about
From-
an hour or so.
from
probably hour and a
Tuckerton,
half.
which is almost as far east as you can go in the state,
Yep.
to here in Stockton, which is almost as far west as you can go in the state.
True.
Only for you, Danny.
See? See how nice she is to me?
Of course. What, you don't like that one? I'm not nice to you?
See how?
We go way back.
That's right, we do. And it has been a long time since you have sat in my studio, so I mean this sincerely when I say I am very happy to see you once again. And everybody, please welcome Denise Miller. Yay!
Thank you for having me, Danny.
Oh, well, when it's you and I, even though we haven't seen each other in forever, we've always kept in touch one way or another through social media or what it might be. And I've kept an eye, even if it was out of the corner sometimes, on what you had going on. And you've got something really cool happening. Given that in another 6 weeks or so, Veterans Day is upon us.
Yes.
So, you, what's happening, baby? Tell us all about it.
Thank you so much for having me. You know, you never know where inspiration comes from. I was in a store in Manahawkin, and this little old guy goes walking across in front of me, and he's pushing the cart, but there's a cane up in the cart. So, he uses a cane, but not right now. And I see the hat on his head, and it says World War II veteran. And my father and my uncle were World War II veterans. So, and I belong to the American Legion, Post 493 in Mystic Islands. So, I had to go talk to this guy, right? So we start talking, and he told me his life story. And he was just so charming. And then when we separated, I said, "Oh, by the way, what's your name?" And he said, "Richard." I said, "Thank you, Richard." And the light bulb went up in my head. So I ended up writing this song that was a story of what he told me. And I'm using the song to honor not just him, but to honor all our veterans, because our veterans need to be respected and honored. And so this song honors him, but also anyone else who is a veteran, or your father, or your uncle, or your brother, or grandfather, whoever it is. So it was released July 22nd, and I gave it to John Bishop has Entertainment South Luncheon. I don't know if you know about them, but at any rate, he was doing entertainment at an event at the American Legion Post 493. So he performed the song on the loudspeakers after they did the Pledge of Allegiance, and someone sang God Bless America. And he says, "We have a treat. Denise Miller wrote this song." And the last I looked, it had 1,500 views, and they shared it all the way up to the state.
Oh, wow.
So, and I also gave it to South Jersey VFW. So I'm promoting this to anyone who has an interest in this. With the Grammy Awards, I submitted it into, because I'm a member, I submitted it for Best American Roots Song, and I'm not expecting to win anything, to be clear. But we have a period where we get to solicit each other before the voting for the first ballot. I'm getting a lot of really good comments from people,
Awesome.
and really the song is getting respect.
Nice.
So that is Richard.
Nice.
Well, over the 15 and a half years now that we've been doing Rock on Radio, there were several charities that I supported, one of which was veterans charities. As recently as a couple of years ago, I flew out to California to MC an event for homeless veterans. There was another, what the heck was the other military charity we used to, this is back when we were on the AM radio.
Danny Rongo's.
Well, we also support, but Danny Rongo's Rock the Vets every year was another one, which I think Darren finally came out, and there will be a Rock the Vets.
Oh, that's good.
This year.
Yeah.
We unfortunately, did you know Danny Rongo?
Yes.
Danny Rongo passed away several months ago.
I didn't hear that.
Danny passed away of throat cancer, and he didn't smoke, so
That took my mother.
and I still can't find it in myself to accepted to the point where I can write the proper, not eulogy, but the proper
Tribute.
tribute. Thank you to Danny, because him and I were very good friends.
He was great.
And if I ever needed anything, all I had to do was, "Hey, Danny, okay, what time and when?" And I was hopefully the same for him. But his wife, I reached out to her when he passed away, but I never heard anything back. So I'm not sure if she doesn't know or anything. However, when the time comes, I know it'll hit me.
Yeah.
And it'll probably hit me like a ton of bricks, but I will write the proper tribute to Danny.
I didn't know him well, but I knew him years ago, and I just want to offer my deepest condolences to his family and friends.
Yeah, Andrea,
I'm very
his
sorry.
wife, not only is she a very beautiful woman, but she is also incredibly beautiful inside and out. Very a beautiful person, and I know his brother had flown in from, I would say, Washington State. Maybe is that where his brother was
think
from?
so.
Out there, yeah. But or Oregon, one of those West Coast states where you can see Bigfoot. Out
Sasquatch.
there. But so yeah, but Danny, we used to get every year we would help with the Rock the Vets, and so on and so forth. So we always try to support veterans charities here. My kids used to get so embarrassed when I was little, or when they were little. I've never been little. When they were little, because after their mother and I split up, my parents lived in Florida, so I would take them down there a couple times a year to see my parents. And we'd be in airports, and I would thank every veteran I saw, or buy them
Always
lunch
do.
or whatever. And my kids are like, "Dad, again?"
Yes.
Guess now they are now 32 and soon to be 29. Guess who does the same thing?
They do.
So
No, that's
Good
right.
example.
Good. Taught him well.
so this light goes off in your head, and you see this. What did you do when you left the food store?
I was just thinking about it, and then over the next week or two, I started writing. I was getting ideas and writing things down, and I mean, it came together pretty quickly. Some songs come to you right away. Some of them you have to sit on like a chicken on an egg for weeks. I tell people it's like being pregnant. Something is in you and you got to get it out. But this one came fairly quickly, and I put a little guitar vocal thing, and I showed it to my son and a friend, and they were like, "Really?" So eventually we went into the studio. We go to Canyon Music in Tom's River. The engineer producer is Jeff Kalimba. He does all our recording. He's very, very good. And I had local artist Ty Mayers play lead guitar.
Nice.
John Hawes, it was the drummer. And my son plays bass guitar, so he did the bass. And Matt Vincelis, who Johnny used to play with the various rock bands, he doesn't play in bands anymore, but he does children's music like for a living. So he came in and he did keyboard backup and the background vocals. So that's Matt. And yeah,
Nice.
there it is.
Now it's funny you say that name, Ty Mayers. I've never met this person.
You have
However,
I know the name.
this person, yeah, because is it a man or a woman?
It's a man.
A man, okay. Because he performs at all these venues that I list in my column every week. I'm always putting his name in there. He plays in New Hope. He plays in Lambertville. He plays around this area here in Stockton.
Yep.
He plays at Catman or Cooper's, as it's now known.
Too.
I've seen his name everywhere. New Jersey, Pennsylvania.
He
lives in
played on
Barnegat,
several
too,
of my
so-
songs.
Oh, yeah? Mm-hmm. Excellent. If you're just tuning in, this is Rock on Radio. I am Danny Coleman. Producer Claire is here. Bruce is asleep. And
He's
our
eating.
guest this evening is Denise Miller. Do you have Richard queued up? So why don't we get to that? We'll. Is there anything else you would like to preface before we let it roll?
No, let it go. No, let it go.
Now that face was worth 1,000 words. This is a song that Denise wrote after seeing a veteran.
It's a true story of a World War II veteran.
There you go.
I met him in a supermart. His cane was riding in his cart. The hat on his head said veteran, World War II. I thanked him for his service, asked his age if he didn't mind. With a twinkle in his eye, he said, I'm beyond my time. He's everybody's daddy. He's everybody's grandpa. Built a life for his family. He served his country. A role model to look up to. Sir, God bless you. He's a hero. Thank you, Richard. In 45 he joined the Navy. Mama wasn't happy, but he did all he could for his country and his flag. He found a pretty lady, made a home, had babies. 70 years went by as mom and dad. He's everybody's daddy. He's everybody's grandpa. Built a life for his family. He served his country. A role model to look up to. Sir, God bless you. He's a hero. Thank you, Richard. The years rolled on as he followed his heart and love. Saluting his flag under the stars above. I'm beyond my time, he said, and I don't know. Where did 96 years go? He's everybody's daddy. He's everybody's grandpa. Built a life for his family. He served his country. A role model to look up to. Sir, God bless you. He's a hero. Thank you, Richard. You're a hero. Thank you, Richard.
There you go. Right?
Very nice.
Very nice, Denise. Denise Miller, her song Richard. So, what are you doing with it? Have you distributed it for airplay anywhere other than here?
I'm
or?
distributed by the Orchard.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're on
I'm
Sony
on-
Orchard?
Yeah,
oh, nice.
I'm with the Orchard. I've been with them for 20 years. When I first did my first album, Crazy Horse, one of the package disc makers did was they would put you with a distributor, and at the time they did. So I don't know, and that's where
cool.
I've been ever since. But then in 2015, the Orchard got bought out by Sony Entertainment. So I would say. The good news is I'm distributed by Sony. And the bad news is I'm distributed by Sony. Bupkis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's all good. So yeah, I'm trying to get as many people as possible to hear it.
Nice.
You know, it's not about making money with it. I just want people to hear the song.
And along those lines, one of the things, all right, I'm just going to come out and say it. And I know, Claire, this will come as no surprise to you.
It might.
No, it shouldn't. It'll come as no surprise to you. But one of the things, okay, I'm one of those guys that when they play the national anthem at a sporting event, my eyes fill up.
Oh, yeah.
I'm one of those guys who, at the end of Sunday Mass, when the church, they always, instead of, how back when we were kids, you went to church and the 400-year-old organist was playing the processional theme for the priest to leave, or the officiant to leave.
The recessional.
Thank you. That was, you're filling in the blanks for me tonight. Thank you. At this church, they allow the recessional to be a patriotic song.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it's the Battle Hymn of the Republic. Other times it's America the Beautiful. Other times it's God Bless America. And I get, I'm not going to say that I get emotional, but there are times my
It
eyes
touches you,
fill
sure,
up. Right.
Of course.
And one of the reasons is, as a 18-year-old kid, which, as we know by looking at me, is
It was a very long
many
time
moons
ago.
Yeah, thank you very much. One of the reasons, as an 18-year-old kid, that I joined a couple of organizations with my father, who is a Marine, was because I loved to hear some of the stories that these World War II veterans would tell, and the Vietnam veterans and the Korean War veterans. They were far superior to the Civil War stories my buddies would tell. I figured I beat you to that one.
Sorry, that took me a second.
Yeah, I just figured I beat you to it. No, but and I used to enjoy hearing the stories of the veterans.
Oh, yeah.
One of the gentlemen landed at Omaha Beach on D-Day. And you find out interesting tidbits, like it wasn't the Germans that killed most of the men that didn't make it to the shore. It was the sharks from all the blood in the water. And they thought it was a feeding frenzy.
I've heard that.
There were, you learn these things, and you only learn that by talking to the people who lived it. That's how you get most of your life experience. You can read all you want in a textbook, or you can go to so many lectures or whatever it might be. But until you actually speak to, or more importantly, open your ears and listen, and just listen.
These people are walking history.
They are. They really and truly are. And I know one of the bad habits that I have here on Rock On Radio is to say, well, when I was a kid, or back in the day,
Get off my lawn.
But I don't do it, right. I don't do it to be a crotchety curmudgeon of an old man. I do it so that people can understand the difference from then and now. And the only way you keep then alive so that you can improve now is by looking back then. God, I sound like Kamala Harris.
Do you?
The only way to keep then alive to back then is by looking back then. To keep never mind. Anyway, so strike that from the
Moving
record.
on.
So to me, it's very important to keep history alive.
Yes.
Whether it's good or bad, we can't
Yes.
change it. It's in the past. It happened. And so many people don't know. It killed me that I had to teach my own children the history of the American Revolution. I used to learn that in school.
Yeah.
And it was on my shoulders to take them to the old barracks in Trenton and to the church where the Hessian commander is laid dead in the church graveyard, which is not even anywhere about the size of this room, the entire graveyard. To take them to the Trent House to show them how the city of Trenton was where the owner of that home and the city was named after. To go and show them the plaques on various bridges where Washington, after the Battle of Trenton, marched to Princeton. And because that's all lost on them. They don't get it. They don't understand it. So why would they have an interest in something like Richard if they don't understand what led to that point? And I think for me, it's a real problem that people don't look at what got us to this point. For whatever reason, self-absorption or lack of education, not that it's their fault because of curriculum changes and whatnot. So how important is it to you, Denise Miller, that people like Richard's memory are kept alive?
I think it's very important. My uncle fought in the Philippines during World War II. He never talked about it. After he died, I happened to have his discharge papers. I have some papers of his, and only then did I find out he had a collection of medals and honors that he never told us about. But he was there. Now, my father came over from France. My mom used to like to joke because my father was a French chef. And as soon as the Army found that out, they kept him in the officer's mess. He didn't see any battle. But Uncle Bob did, But, I mean, people need to understand, that this is, I'll give you an example. I was a crap stealer in Atlantic City. And I'm on a game, and a little old man comes up with a suit on, 3-piece suit, and he's got a hat on that says Pearl Harbor Survivor. And there was a young man sitting in the supervisor position in the box, in the middle of the table. He controls the money. And I said, "You see that guy over there?" I said, "You read about it in school. He was there. Think about it. How deep is that?" And we even talked to him about it. He was 18 years old. He said he was more inland. The noise woke him up. It was early in the morning. And here's a guy telling you this is like the words jump off of the page. There's a live person standing there telling you he saw it. He was there, and they don't, a lot of people miss that. So it's important, that's why Richard is important. Richard doesn't know about this song, and I don't know how to contact him. If I tried hard enough, maybe I don't know, and I don't know if I should.
Gotta
I'm
hang
torn.
out at that Stop and Shop or wherever you were.
It was Target in Manahawkin. And, I consider, maybe I should go up to customer service and say, I'm not looking for his information. Just here's my information. Can you give this to his family? Because I don't even know if he's still alive. This was 6 months ago when I met him, Right. So, but, to me, I thought this was, just a gem to show everybody and to honor our veterans, because I'm tired of certain people putting them down and doing disrespectful things around them and their things, and that's all I'm going to say about that.
No.
Trying to stay on the edges here.
No, well, we are on the same page about that.
Yeah.
It absolutely sickens me that the current political climate in this country allows people who are illegal to have more benefits than the people who fought for this country. I mentioned earlier that I flew out to California to MC an event for homeless veterans. I did that because a girlfriend of mine who grew up went to the same high school I did. She was a year older, I think, or a year younger, maybe either way. Anyway, right out of high school, she went into the service. She went in the Air Force, and she wound up being stationed in San Diego.
Okay.
Well, when she came out of the Air Force, she had nowhere to go. Some situation happened here at home, and whatever it was, she didn't have anybody here in Jersey. Decided to stay out there. And whatever it was, she wound up penniless and homeless. and she was sleeping on benches in a park. Now, if you're going to be homeless, if it's not Key West, San Diego, I suppose, would be the place to be homeless.
Yeah, but
But that's what she was doing, and it was a Marine Corps fighter pilot that found her and took her home, allowed her to move in with him and his wife and kids, got her a job, got her back up on her feet, and she has made it her life's mission ever since 1985 or 6 or whatever to raise money so that no veteran goes homeless. Now, I think she's so far, and it's taken 40 years, I think she's only been able to build a couple of houses, but she doesn't give up.
right.
And the odd thing about that is that she, not only does she not give up, but she doesn't understand why more people can't see it and why we don't take care of our veterans. I mean, she has published she has written books of poems and had them published, and every ounce and every dime that comes in goes into her the charity to prevent the homelessness, and it's just not right, you know.
Yeah.
It's not right that our veterans have to go homeless or
I
they
agree.
have mental conditions and so on and so forth. But I mean, such is the case, and hopefully that all changes. And thanks to songs like Richard and other people like yourself, hopefully, even if you help one person, you make a difference.
And you start a conversation.
Right.
People hear the song and they start talking.
Yeah, very
you know.
true.
If they're talking, maybe they're thinking.
Well, I don't know too many people that think these days. It's a sad testament, but it's the truth. If they do think, it's usually only about themselves. Yes. I was walking out of, where the heck did I go? I went to Walmart the other day, and I was walking out of Walmart, and I'm pushing.
And whose fault is that?
And I'm yeah, right. Well, I had to go there for some sundries,
Okay.
simple household sundries like paper towels and the sun. So I had a cart. So I'm walking out, and this kid's walking in. He's got his. In 5 to 10 years, all of us are going to have no neck muscles because our heads are all going to be tilted down from looking at our cell phones. And this kid's walking in. He's not paying a darn bit of attention. Now, I thought I could be a real jerk and just keep going and let him walk right into my cart, maybe teach him a lesson. Or I could just stop, and there's a good chance he'll probably still walk into my cart. Or I could say something. But as if this sixth sense took over, I'm walking towards this kid, figuring I'm just going to run him over. And all of a sudden, he veers off. He never looked up once.
He's periphery vision.
Peripheral vision.
Wow.
I like Walmart. I got one 5 minutes from my driveway to the store. It's convenient.
How close do you live to the Lizzie Rose?
Oh, just a couple miles.
Oh, okay. So you're
Yeah,
not
on
far.
one end of town. Yeah, I've performed Lizzie Rose 3 times.
Have you?
Yes, I have opened for bluegrass bands.
Nice.
Okay. Very cool.
I love Lizzie Rose. I recommend everybody go there.
Matter of fact, before we came here, I just got off the phone with a gentleman named Chris O'Leary. Chris used to be the front man and vocalist for Levon Helm's band.
Oh,
Okay. And I spoke to him probably about 10 months ago, and this is the second time I spoke to him. He's currently on tour, and they have a show in New York City, and then they have one in Washington, D.C. So he called Lou at the Lizzie Rose, because they usually they're not open on Mondays, but Monday, September 30th, they're going to be at the Lizzie Rose.
oh, cool.
And he's a blues guy, and he's got a blues band, and he's he's a Marine, ex-military, and he's got his own thing going on, and they're very good, actually. They're very good. He signed Alligator Records, so if you're not doing anything Monday
I
night.
gotta see if I can. Yeah,
Take a
that'd be
ride by
interesting.
there. Let's do some more music before
Okay.
we're expecting a phone call in about 5 or 10 minutes. So let's do some more music.
Let me see. There is a sweet little song I wrote for my granddaughter, and it's one that like stops the bar. It was my 4-year-old little granddaughter. Picture a little girl with long red hair in a green dress dancing around on a green lawn. And I looked at her and I said, Alice in Green.
You got it?
I didn't see you coming. It took me by surprise. I saw my world changing and love in your eyes. Pretty as a sunrise, my little sunbeam. Love is all around us, Alice in Green. Springtime is here, Mother Nature's rebirth. You discover flowers coming up in the earth. You run in the grass, you're laughing with me. Pretty as a rainbow, Alice in Green. Hand in hand we'll go through our days. Ice cream and bicycles, together we'll play. Pretty as a picture, life is more than it seems. Promise of tomorrow, Alice in Green. As I go through the rest of my days, I'll cherish our moments together always. Your arm in mine as we walk down the aisle. Alice in white looks at me with a smile. From a girl to a lady, life is more than it seems. Always, my darling, Alice in Green. From a girl to a lady, life is more than it seems. You are always my darling, Alice in Green.
All right. Denise Miller here on Rock On Radio with Alice in Green. And on the phone with us, though, right now, we have fellow Decoites, Decorum. What do we call these? What do we call us Decos?
I don't know.
We're bandmates. We're
Bandmates. Well, I know that, but you're signed to Deco Entertainment, so and we're in the 2-track studios of Deco Entertainment as we speak. I have Steve and Andre from the band
Pump Five.
There you go, Pump 5. Say hi to my producer Claire and my
guys.
in-studio guest Denise.
Hello.
Howdy, Denise.
Wow, you guys are pretty coordinated. That's nice.
See? And they say drummers aren't coordinated.
That's
you
right.
see what I'm
I've
talking about there?
I've never heard that.
My
No.
grandson
Only
is a drummer.
left-handed drummers.
I just can't dance. That's all.
Oh, I know all about drummers that can't dance. That would be Danny.
Claire, my producer, my daughter, and several friends have forbidden me from dancing. I don't understand why.
Well,
My
Anybody-
wife asks me all the time. She goes, "How can you be that coordinated and you can't dance?"
Exactly. You're supposed to have rhythm, right? But it's a different type of thing. No drummer I know knows how to dance.
that's interesting.
I'm a little like Elaine from Seinfeld.
That's great. Oh my gosh.
See? Me
And
too.
he does Thriller is to everything. That's it. He just puts his hands in the air and does Thriller.
I am a regular Fred Astaire.
Yes, you are.
So what's going on, gentlemen? Charlie tells me here, Charlie at Deco Entertainment tells me you have some stuff going on. Let's hear it.
Well, we just got off tour doing our Midwest run. It's about 14 days. We did the Midwest, upper Midwest, up through Michigan. We did Kansas and Illinois, Wisconsin,
Michigan.
Yep. And so we did I think we did 8 shows, 11 days, port to port. So yeah, that was great. Went well. Sold a lot of merch.
Oh, that's even
That's
better.
always good.
That is the best way to do it. That's how you make the money these days, the merch and the touring.
Yeah.
And we know the world's getting better when you sell out of vinyl first.
Yeah.
Isn't that
That's
Oh,
if you
yeah. Hey, guess who just walked into our recording studio? Andrew Cates, bass player for Pump 5.
Well, so now I have 3 of you.
Say hi, Andrew.
What up?
Hey.
So tell us about Pump 5. What kind of music? Because we're going to hear some of it soon, but tell my listeners all about the band.
It's feel good rock. It's I don't know if you could peg us. I mean, I've heard a lot of things. We have a lot of influences personally, but I leave it up to everybody, the listener, to decide what that influence might be. But it's melodic, vocals with the melody and good hard rock. I think that the songs speak for themselves. It's pretty much down the middle. I don't think there's anybody who's never come across it that's not necessarily even their perhaps style that can't go, wow, that's not bad, you guys. Keep it up. So that's what we're doing, right, Andre?
Yeah, we get usually after the show at the merch booth, we get people coming up going, "Why haven't we heard of you?" And I say, because Deco's not doing their job.
Oh, you did not just say that, dude.
I guess we have to
I
cut that
don't
part
really
out.
He does not say that. 'Cause that's nuts.
Would you, Andre, while you're firing bullets, would you like to specifically point to either Bruce or Charlie with that statement? Because I can make that happen for you, man. Matter of fact,
I do
Bruce-
jokes just to keep everybody on their toes here.
well, Bruce is usually here, but he looked at Claire and I and said, "You know what? We're gonna go in. I'm heading.
I'm having
I'm
dinner.
heading in. Lock up." So, and I'm pretty sure, like, he doesn't even listen to this show, so don't worry about it. You're
He
safe.
does listen. He puts it on he puts it on his website. Of course he listens.
That's true. That's true.
So you're all out.
Japan in November, and so we're pretty stoked about that. We've never been to Japan, so we're doing 6 shows, 6 days in Japan. So
Are you
Bullets-
are you opening for anybody, or is this just
we're
a?
actually a headliner.
Oh, even better.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So we have 3 locals each night that play with us. So
Oh, that's cool.
Okay. How many pieces are in the band? Now you got bass and drums and guitar. Who else is there with you?
Alex Kane plays lead guitar for us of Life, Sex, and Death fame and
others.
every other thing he's in.
Drew on bass, Andre on drums, and I play some rhythm and sing.
Okay.
I have my guitar in my hand. Sometimes I don't, according to my girlfriend.
But
Wow.
Hello.
So now you gentlemen have you have a couple of different albums out though, also, right? You've got
Yes.
Full Service and Paradise Place. Are they albums, EPs, full length? What are we
Albums.
dealing with here?
Full length.
Wow, nice.
Yep. So we're pretty stoked about Deco. We just actually have been with Deco only a few months, right?
Yeah, not very long.
Not very long. Very stoked, dude. Ever since we've been with Deco, things have been picking up. So we're really happy about that. And
Very much so.
yeah, and so we're out pushing the 2 records. We don't have a preference when we're on tour, but we'll say whatever the people want to hear. But we play cuts from both records, and they're great records. If you get a chance, listen to them, and I think it's worth a listen.
We're going to be listening to either one if you want to pick one of them.
Drew, what would Andrew Cates, aka Drew,
Maximus.
I would say Paradise Place. What song? Don't be slow. Pick it up.
Make me.
We have Make Me
Mine is
was
funny.
sent to us. Is that a good one?
Yeah, Make Me's got is one of the singles. We did Make Me and Hello. For
Yeah.
the 2 singles, we did 2 videos as well off of that for that record.
Okay, so while producer Claire is getting that online and ready, where are you gentlemen from? Where's your base of operations?
Southern California.
Ah,
We're kind of stuck right between, you would say, San Diego and LA.
okay,
Ontario, California.
all right.
Nice.
I was out there. I was just telling a little earlier in the show. I was just talking about a benefit I emceed for homeless veterans out in Salt and Sea, California, near Palm Springs, probably about 60 miles away from Palm Springs, down in that area.
Yeah, Andy Coachella.
No, not near Coachella, but I'm not sure it was near. I know there were mountains on one side, and I was in the desert.
California.
Could be anywhere.
Could be anywhere in Southern California, right?
Yeah, you're at. Drew says you're out in the middle of nowhere. He's our resident GPS man.
Oh,
Resident geographer.
human
Yes,
on
yeah.
human OnStar.
He said you were in bumfuck Egypt.
We were by that big, the big lake. That
The one that smells real bad out there?
no,
No?
not that one. But I heard about that one.
Oh, I live by.
There was a big lake that has a huge amount of lithium at the bottom, and Elon Musk is trying to buy it so he can get the lithium for the batteries.
They
And
tried to make that a resort town back in the 50s and 60s, and it was all the fish were dying.
Oh no.
All the
From lithium poison.
Gosh.
so how did you? Well, how did you guys? How did you hook up with Deco if you're all the way out there and we're here in the hinterlands?
Well, the WWW goes a long ways.
Well,
We're-
that it
True.
does.
That's true.
That it
you know,
does.
We were introduced by Alex. Weren't we?
Yeah, Alex Kane introduced us,
Cool.
and everything seemed to work out.
Yeah.
All right.
We're one of those hardworking bands. We don't really slow down for anything. I mean, we just got off tour. We're already in the studio right now as we speak, and get ready to rehearse and start putting together new songs for the next record.
Excellent.
Nice.
Fantastic. Well, what are your? What's the best way to find Pump 5? Is that on Instagram?
Yep. So,
Facebook. What's your website? Socials?
Yeah. So Pump 5, it's at Pump 5 Band. It's PUMP, the number 5, no space. So PUMP 5, one word, no space, and you can look us up anywhere. We're on all platforms. You pick your favorite platform. That's where we're at. We're www Pump 5 Band or Music at pump5music.com. So that's our website, our .com. But we're everywhere. We're YouTube. It's at Pump 5 Band. Of course, Facebook is Pump 5. Instagram's at Pump 5.
Nice.
So yeah, you can find us. if
And
you-
we're in Pump 5.
Yeah,
Ins and outs,
That-
ats, and
we were on the news. We were on the Los Angeles news. Was it last night?
uh,
Night before, whatever.
Night before.
But it was it was on the KTLA 5 at 5. So I
Oh.
guess it was the 5 was on 5 at 5. Right? Let's get the fives going. You know, like I say, and just get a hashtag Pump 5 Family, and you'll find everything.
There you go.
Hashtag
Fantastic.
Pump 5 Family. Put that anywhere, and we'll pop up. Our
All right.
smiling faces.
Well, before I let you go, how do we arrive at a name like Pump 5?
well, it's a long story, and Stephen Todd Barnett here is the one who came up with it.
Oh God! Well, it's not one I normally tell, but I will real quick. I'll make it short. We lived near a gas station that's at an interchange in Southern California for people heading in and out of Southern California. Therefore, you get a lot of tourists, campers, blah blah blah. This dog was at Pump 5. It was a chow, and I tried to feed it. I tried to give it water. It wouldn't leave this pump, thinking that the people that actually abandoned it were coming back. And they were not. But it wouldn't leave, and people would honk their horn, and I'm like, if that dog doesn't move, somebody's going to hit it. Well, you can imagine what happened. It didn't move one day after a couple of weeks. And I said, the least we could do is name our band after a dog that's that loyal.
Aw, that's so cool.
See, that's why I don't tell the story, because you hear, aw.
Oh.
Who's that girl that does all the songs for the dogs and the cats?
I don't know if
Sarah McLaughlin.
yeah.
Oh, right.
We're
You should
trying
reach
to
out to her. Reach out to her. Tell her you wrote a song about it.
I had a joke for that, but I am not doing it. dude.
Well, that's an interesting. See, that's very interesting. I would have never thought that.
Yeah.
Right. It's just not necessarily the most cheery, happy, let's rock and
Yeah,
roll.
and we were in between names.
Yep.
We had a certain name, but it was taken, and
Is that like
that one, Steve came into rehearsal and said, "What do you think?" And I went, "Wow, sounds like we're in a boy band. Let's go."
Yeah. And the guitar player at the time didn't like it, so he got fired.
Yeah.
It's not exactly true, but kind of.
as far as I know, it's true. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, right? But it's just, you know what it is? It's all about positive. The one place that we can still go in the world and be neutral, no religion, no politics, no bullshit, is music. And that's where we stand, and that's what we represent.
All right.
Everyone's welcome.
He fits right in.
Fantastic. That's right. All right. Well, we are going to play Me off of
Make Me.
Or Make Me off
Make
of
Me.
Paradise Place. Gentlemen, thank you so much for calling Rock on Radio. And good luck with the tours, and keep in touch with Charlie and Bruce, and we'll have to have you guys back on again.
I
Will do.
hope so. Look forward to it.
Hey, thanks for having us.
All right.
Awesome.
Fantastic. Rock on, guys.
All right, buddy. Later.
There
Thank
you go.
Woo!
Funny when you get in, all you want is out. The misery medicine is how you wash it down. So I see my way, it's clear.
and I forgot where I was.
That was Pump 5.
Pump 5, yes, thank you. Their song Make Me from the album which was called Paradise Place
There you
here
go.
on Rock On Radio.
Nice.
And speaking of Paradise Place, we have our own personal slice of paradise right here. Denise Miller
Oh, thank
is
you.
here with us. So what are your websites and things, Denise?
DeniseMillerMusic.com is my website. I am on Denise Miller Music on Facebook. And Instagram is at Denise_and_son.
Excellent.
Nice.
And speaking of son, the last time I saw you, he was with you. And I believe, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this time I'm actually right.
Ooh, wait a minute.
He was
Let's get it
either
down.
had just stopped performing with or was still performing with Shorty Long and the Jersey Horns.
He did that for a little while.
Okay.
He filled in with them. He has an auto repair business.
Correct. I remember that.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, and it's quite successful. Over COVID, he expanded it from 4 bays to 10.
Ooh, very nice.
John Miller Car Care Center in Tuckerton.
Mm-hmm.
And he's doing well, and he's busy with that. His other side gig, if you will, he has a DeLorean time machine. And with a quick story, he got the DeLorean. His son said, "Oh, Daddy, make a time machine." Long story short, he did. And he made it so good that he has an agent in Vegas.
Ooh.
It is authorized by Universal Studios. It's been in music videos. It's been in commercials. He was in the Macy's Day Parade last year when they did the when they stand in front of the on TV when they stand in front of the grandstand. It was for Back to the Future, the musical. So the characters from the musical did a whole routine with the car
Oh, that's
there.
right. I remember
and,
that.
And Johnny said his phone just blew up.
Nice.
Everybody went nuts. So he's busy with that. He has an organization to support people with the same disorder that my grandson Evan has. My grandson has a disorder called tyrosinemia type 1. Long story short, it's an enzyme deficiency. It's inherited metabolic disorder that the body cannot break down protein. So the kids can't eat protein. There's a medical formula that they take, which is protein without the bad thing in it. And they have medicine, which is extremely expensive. It's for life. There's no cure.
Wow.
And so what he did was he created a network of tyrosinemia advocates, and he got a hold of the connected people, families from around the country, actually around the world, and they put on an event for a weekend at Rocking Horse Ranch in upstate New York. And we were just there this past
It's a
weekend.
beautiful little place.
Oh, it's
yeah,
gorgeous.
it's got everything. Yeah.
They have
It's right off
100
87.
Yeah,
Right?
They have 115 horses and 500 acres of trail riding trails. So the purpose of this is so that the families can network and learn from each other and discuss their challenges and the things that they found and discuss, food for the kids. And the kids get to meet someone else who's just like them. Oh, you can't eat this either. And it formed a bond. So we had I'm not sure what it was. I'm going to say 22 families for Thursday through Sunday.
Wow.
And it's really good. He's contacted someone from India came over this time. He's a pediatric oncologist. They had twins. Both of them have this disorder. They couldn't he contacted Johnny. Johnny somehow was instrumental in helping him. He was able to get the medicine, but he couldn't get the formula. So Johnny put him in touch with somebody where he found the ingredients for the formula for the medical food, and he had it made for the kids in India.
Wow.
So it's a connection, Another family came in from Canada, and from all around the world, all around the country.
Wow.
And Johnny has saved lives around the world.
Wow.
putting people in contact. Say somebody calls us up from Morocco, and Johnny can't give him the stuff, but he can put him in touch with the medical company, or he can call the medical company and say, see what you can do to help this family. And he saved some children. So,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's fascinating that. So he does a lot with that.
So, what else has he done?
I know, right? Yeah, well, he's involved in the town, and he does a lot of things.
Well, I thoroughly enjoyed his company on the
Yeah.
last visit, and I thought for sure you'd bring him with you,
Yeah.
given the distance that you travel to
I
be
don't
part of
even-
this today.
I had to leave. I don't know, I had to leave early. I never even talked to him about that. I didn't think of it because he only plays with me now officially in the studio. Like in the beginning, we were a little duo years ago.
I remember.
But you know, he's doing everything else, and so when I go to record something, he comes in and we bring our friends in and we record the songs.
Well, you're also a very busy lady. You're still the president, as you were the last time I saw you, of the Acoustic Musicians Guild.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's a
your area down there, right?
Yeah, it's based basically Toms River area, Ocean County. Yeah, it's a 501c nonprofit to promote acoustic music in all genres, and we support local artists, and we find places to perform. We meet at a little coffee house once a month, but sometimes we can perform at the Ocean County Artists Guild in Island Heights, or at a couple of libraries. We play at Plumstead Library. We've played at other libraries over the years. We used to play at Albert Hall. So giving people a chance to play in front of the public and for the public to see the local artists. There's so many talented people in the state of New Jersey, just everywhere, but that people, your average person walking down the street doesn't even know, because all they listen to is WAYV or somebody else, whatever it is. They listen to the, whatever's on commercial radio, and they don't know that Lizzie Rose is in Tuckerton with phenomenal bands that are on touring, that they get to come in. It brings in amazing people.
I can tell you this: you have at the Lizzie Rose on September 30th is Chris O'Leary.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've also got a show coming up with Carolyn Wonderland, the incredible blues guitarist. Shamika Copeland, Johnny Copeland's daughter, is going to be there as well. And the Lizzie Rose, only holds like 60 people.
60 people.
And that 60 is
packed in.
You're on top of each other. And I was joking with Chris O'Leary just today about when he does the gig. I said, the thing I like about the Lizzie Rose is when you're standing on stage, you can actually look and see who's in the men's room. Because
Third left.
because the door, when you
Welcome
open
to
the
Rock
door
on
to the
Radio.
bathroom, you can look right into the bathroom.
I know where the bathrooms are, so yeah.
Yeah, it's like, okay, and you could actually probably reach out and touch somebody in the back row too.
Yeah,
it's
but
so
like,
tight.
When the album Through the Looking Glass came out, I was over at Lizzie Rose, and what I love about Lizzie Rose is it's a listening room, and it's not like being in a bar. They actually listen and they pay attention. When you're doing original music, that's what you want. You're trying to get the message across about peace or about family, about whatever it is, about veterans.
Yeah.
They listen.
There's no televisions with sports on.
Yeah.
There's no
They don't
pool
talk.
tables.
There's no cackling in the corner.
Yep.
Like
So-
you're,
There
you're,
may
you're,
be.
you're
No.
trying to do Allison Green, and somebody, they all break out laughing.
Well, we actually, I think you sent us Through the Looking Glass.
I might have.
By the way, would you like us to play that right now?
You can. You
Or
want
is
to play
there
the title
something
track?
else you prefer?
You could play the title track if you like, or you could play "We Are All the Same," which is the peace song, my song for peace.
Okay. Which one do you have first there, Claire?
I got We Are All the Same.
Oh,
Good.
even better. If you're just
That
tuning
was inspired by the mass shootings in our country and violence.
If you're just tuning in, this is Rock on Radio. Our guest is Denise Miller. And here, what album is this off of?
Through the Looking Glass.
Through the Looking Glass. All right, here is We Are All the Same.
We've been traveling together a long It doesn't matter who you love. We all come from the same place, high up above, up above. Oh, can't the people see that we are all the same? Oh, can't you see that we are all the same? It doesn't matter where you are or who you know, 'cause we are all the same. We're all the same. Stand together, fight the hate, 'cause in the end, we are all the same. We're all the same. One day we will celebrate when the people can create a better world, a world of peace and love. Oh, yeah. Everybody has a dream, you know. Dreams get shattered on the ground. Broken dreams cut into the heart, tearing it apart, tearing it apart. But oh, when we see that we are all the same, then we can help him, 'cause we are all the same. 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 We are all the same.
There we go. All right, we are back. We're having so much fun talking about Back to the Future and
That's right.
things here
Out
in
of
the
time.
studio.
The flux
And you
capacitor.
posted a picture of the
No,
car?
I just tagged John Miller's Time Machine, which is a Facebook page of his, as one of the things that I was sharing out. So,
And that's funny. It's an actual working, just like the one in the
Yeah,
movie.
everything works.
The
Exact-
flux capacitor.
exact
Yes,
replica.
it works. It works.
That
It
is-
works.
That is fantastic. One of there's quite a few things that you are involved with, Denise. A member of the Recording Academy.
Yes,
Are you a voting member or
I'm a professional member.
okay? Which means
Which means my work with the AMG. I'm a music promoter, so that's how it gets me on the professional.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I had to periodically. They say you have to tell us everything you're doing. They want to update everything, and show us who you are and what you do. I gave them 8 pages of stuff.
Well, how does one even get involved with that? Like Helen O'Shea is a voting member. Joe Weimer is a voting member. Hey, nobody ever asked me to be a voting member.
Do you want to be a voting member?
Oh,
No, I just asked you. You
okay.
can't say that anymore.
All right, I'll give you an answer in a minute.
What they have different wings for it. You have to have a commercially recorded album, something out. That and when I did it was 20 years ago. You had to be able to prove that your name was in the credits on the album. It had to be so many tracks, whatever it was. But the thing is, you need someone to sponsor you. And what happened with me was in 2002, I was promoting an Irish band through the Acoustic Musicians Guild. And a man contacted me, and eventually we met up. He was a retired executive from Capitol EMI. And he had 30 years with Capitol EMI Records. He was the director of licensing in the LA building for 19 years. He also did held different positions in the New York office and in Boston. I never would have gotten to this guy's secretary. He's the nicest man in the world. I didn't tell him I was an artist right away. He just knew me as I'm a promoter with the Acoustic Musicians Guild. You know, eventually I had Crazy Horse, and I'm like, by the way, you know. And he says, oh, and because I'm with the Orchard, he says, well, you're distributed. That was the thing, has to be commercially distributed. And things were just, you know. So he says, well, you know, I'll sponsor you into the Academy. And I'm like, what? You know, and he was talking that year, the Grammys were going to be in New York City because they had some kind of beef with LA. So he was like, oh, he was name dropping like Pedals. All the big names, every one of them. And he said, no, I'll sign you in. So we did the paperwork. He sponsored me, and I got he did me and Johnny. Johnny let it go after a year, but I kept it. And, you know, since then, now about a year ago, I met someone at the Indie Music Channel that I met through my friends at the Recording Academy. Someone was interested. He was a blues artist and interested in getting into the Academy. And I said, well, I'm a member of the Academy. And I sponsored him. Now you need 2 members. So you need me and somebody else. And he got the second person. And he can't thank us enough.
Nice.
You know, so I paid it forward.
Nice.
You know, but I can do that. I could sponsor you. If you pass through, I could sign you up. I could do one sign if I don't want to speak for somebody else, but the other person you named, if they want to, if they're so inclined, and they can do it, there's your 2 names.
I think Swirsky's a member too.
There you go.
Now,
Well, he
they
has
have
a Grammy.
producer and
And
engineers
he's won a
wing.
Grammy. Yeah.
They have a producer and engineers wing, and they have. I was accepted.
Oh, so I could get one.
I was accepted into the songwriter and composers wing,
Nice.
which like I sat there and cried. I just sat there and cried. I mean, I'm up there with Diane Warren and all these people.
Oh, wow.
Stop.
Yeah.
I can't do it. You know, it's been a blessing. It really has.
And you mentioned this indie
The
music
Indie Music Channel, yeah.
Chris Ewing. I mean, who? Go
Christopher-
ahead. I'm all ears because I'm not familiar with this.
Christopher Ewing was a TV producer. Years ago, he was trying to do something for children, and everybody told him no, so he did it himself. He put on a show called Hang On to the Dream so that children could believe in themselves and put on these videos and whatnot. And he ended up doing a TV show, and he won an Emmy for it. And the Emmy sits in the office. If you go down there by the theater, there's the Emmy. Because the first time I saw it, I was like, it was in a case, of course. I'm like, that's an Emmy. And he got an Emmy for doing this children's thing. And he has a little theater that's right on Hollywood Boulevard. It's in the building that houses the Hard Rock. And so on the second floor in the back, there's a theater. You know, and so once a year they put on awards and things. You can sign up to this place. You can get a page. You promote your stuff and network with other people, and it's a good thing. I mean, I found it through other members of the Academy because I'm looking at my friend who's doing all these things. Like, where did he get all this stuff? And who does he go to? Oh, let me check that out because I know it's legit. There's a lot of shysters out there. So it's hard to find a promotion place that's real. This is one of the real ones.
Well, I see that.
And I won a couple
what?
times. Yeah. Best Emerging Band of the Year for Denise Miller and Son. And then 2 years later, Best Emerging Songwriter of the Year. And it was funny because...
And this is recent,
yes.
too.
Yeah.
2021
Yeah, and these things have
2023, yeah.
sandpaper, newspaper articles with them. But the thing was, he said, I wasn't even paying attention because I had put in for another category and I didn't get it. So I'm like, phooey, you know. And then he's going, well, we have this other one. And he says, I don't remember the whole quote, but it was something to the effect of, sometimes you can tell when someone is getting ready to explode. And I've got one here, and he goes, Denise Miller. And I'm like, huh? I get surprised. But then after that, I wrote Richard, and everything is going.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's so I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's a very nice guy.
This is Claire, this is Denise's third time, I want to say, on Rock on Radio. So she averages once every 5+ years, you know.
I don't want to bother you.
And first off, Denise, you are never a bother to me.
Thank you.
Ever. You have never been. You are always. She kind of reminds me of Patty Blee in that every time
Thank
I
you.
see her,
Wow.
every time I see you, you look the same, and I look 10 years older.
Well, you are.
Well, yeah, probably. But you look the same, and your enthusiasm level is always right there. And one of the reasons why I adore this woman is because of her, you know, humble nature. Because so many times you see people with a resume such as yours, and they have a chip.
Yeah.
And you don't have a chip. And I just think it is a beautiful
Thank
Well,
you.
well deserved.
Thank you.
It is. It really is. Before we get too far away, we got to get to 2 more songs yet. One
do
of
it.
them is, are we going to do Lionheart?
Lionheart's not released, but I have it on my phone and I can share it to somebody.
Okay.
Are we on
Well,
here?
while we're doing that, is there another one off this list that you sent me you would like to, you would like Claire to put out over the air?
Do you want to do one that has a like I Will See You Again has Hope and Recovery? I did that, I think, when we were at the church.
When we were at the church, because we were
Yeah.
on City of Angels Radio, yes.
Through the Looking Glass is the title track. It's about looking back over. You're looking back over your life in the mirror, because like the album here, in the front, Johnny and I are looking at ourselves in the mirror. I have pictures in there. When you turn it around, we're in the mirror now, looking back at you.
Yeah.
I did that.
That's
This
great.
is Disc Makers. He did a good job. There's Alice in Green.
Oh, look
Nice.
at that.
And there's me and Johnny at Crazy Horse Mountain. And this was, it ended up being a compilation of my early demos, everything I did, to have like just there.
All right. So what do you have cranked up there, Claire?
Through the Looking Glass.
Yeah, you could do that.
All right. Denise Miller, Through the Looking Glass.
I'm standing in the mirror, I'm looking back at me, thinking of my life and who I've come to be. The road has been a long one, the time has gone so fast. I could see it all through the looking glass. The mirror holds my memories of who I used to be. The people
So, since we want to work, or I tend to work backwards,
No.
take us before time elapses, because we kind of got right into everything right away. Take us on the journey of Denise Miller. How did you become a musician, or what made you want to become a musician?
I got my first guitar when I was 11 years old. My father bought it in a pawn shop for $15. A friend was teaching me chords, and we were happy, and my dad wanted to pay her, and her dad said no. So he got mad and stopped it. And then my parents got me a teacher who was dry and boring, and I didn't want to do it, and the guitar sat in the corner of the living room for a couple of years. Then in high school, there was a liturgical folk band. It was a Catholic high school, and I pulled the guitar out and started playing with them. And then at one point, my dad got me a 12-string. It was a Framus 12-string guitar, acoustic, and I used that. Through the years after that, I played in coffee houses. I got involved with other people. Eventually, I started writing. That started and stopped and whatnot. Then years go by, and now I have Johnny. And Johnny was a teenager in school, and he was learning how to play bass guitar. So the teacher said, who was John Kern from Shorty Longs, is his teacher, and John Kern produced some of our songs. He said, I want you to write bass lines to the songs that your mother's writing. And that's how it started. We found out, hey, we sound pretty good together. And it started from there. And then we said we made a little cassette tape called Rat Bike, because a song called Rat Bike, the story of, my husband sold his Harley because he was waiting for a new one, and he had to wait 2 years to get it. So meanwhile, he got a little ratty, rusted, broken motorcycle and rat bike for you. And it became it was the paper, the local paper did a write-up on it. Eventually, Crazy Horse happened, and I said, I'm doing a CD. And then the news, I sent it to Atlantic City Press, expecting to be ignored. I got like almost a full page, pictures and everything.
Wow.
And they're going, imagine, most parents don't encourage their kids to go into music. Here's one who leads the way, and it just grew from
That's
there.
great. That's
I was
awesome.
going to ask you, because I think, when you came in the first time to the show, you were talking about how you had just been to the Crazy Horse Monument in South Dakota.
Right.
And when I was there, all you could see was the arm that was out. Now, friends of mine went there a few years ago, and they said you can definitely see most of the outline of the face now. And that's going to take quite a while. And they're doing it without public funding. They're doing it with
hand is
donations.
Pretty much done.
Is it?
I get newsletters from them, and you've got the knuckles and the hand pointing, and that's done. And they've got a hole under here for like the bottom, to be the bottom of the arm. They're working on it, but the
Nice.
hand looks really good, really good.
When that is done, that is going to be magnificent.
Yeah.
It really is.
When I did Crazy Horse, I sent it to them. There's a family that runs it, and I said, listen, I wrote Crazy Horse, the title song, comparing Crazy Horse the warrior to how our veterans fight for our way of life, and he fought for his way of life.
Right.
So that's all wrapped in the theme of the song Crazy Horse. And I said, if you want, I'll send you some CDs and you can sell them and keep the money. I got a beautiful letter back saying, we only sell products that Native Americans make, but we love the CD and we put it in our personal library.
Oh, nice.
So nice. Wow.
Fantastic.
Wow.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I
That's-
think so.
Now, and like, Crazy Horse, was he, what Crazy Horse? Were they Sioux or
Oglala
Sioux
Sioux.
Indian, right? Yeah. Okay.
I'm big on Native American culture and rights and so forth. Yeah, I support them.
Now, and which is another thing that's funny, everybody tends, except for the Native Americans, tend to forget that they're the ones, if anything, deserve reparations.
I went
You
to
know?
Wounded Knee on the reservation. I just blanked out. But we went to Wounded Knee, and that was a powerful thing. It's on the reservation at the bottom of South Dakota, and the name escapes me right now. But yeah, I mean, there's a memorial where they're all buried. There's two billboards that tell you the whole story, the real story, and it's powerful.
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet. Is that down around the Custer?
Pine Ridge Reservation.
Oh, okay. Is that down around Custer State Park, or is that a little further
Custer
south?
is further up. It's
Yeah, it's a
off
little
of
further
Interstate
south.
90.
Right.
Yeah, this is like 100 miles away from everybody to the bottom
Bottom
of-
left
Yeah, to the bottom
Right.
left of the bottom
of South Dakota.
Of
right.
South Dakota. It's right there. It's huge.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, we've only got about 6 or 7 minutes left, right? No?
Maybe more like 12.
Okay. You sure about that?
Mm-hmm. Because what happened in between?
Oh, that's right. Okay. Oh, I forgot about that.
I know.
All right, good. We had a little technical difficulty there.
Hiccup.
Oh, all right. Well, did you have Lionheart? or
I
no?
have it all lined up, ready to go.
All right. So what's up with this one?
In the story of Lionheart, the singer is talking to someone who has hit rock bottom. They're in a very dark place in their life, and the singer is telling them that you have the heart of a lion, and you're going to make it. You know, encouraging the person to remember their inner strength.
So you wrote a song about it.
I wrote a song.
There you go. If you're just tuning in, this is Rock on Radio. My guest is Tuckerton, New Jersey's Denise Miller. And here's this first time on radio.
This is a preview. It's the whole song, but it'll be released like in another week or two.
Nice.
Okay.
Woohoo.
So it's his first radio.
Yes,
World
The
premiere.
world
this is the
debut.
premiere.
The world premiere.
World
Sunday,
premiere.
Sunday, Sunday.
Literally.
Of
The
Lionheart.
lyrics are deep. Try to listen to them.
You came to me with tears in your eyes. Your head hung
Denise Miller, world premiere of her next single, which is due out when?
About 2 weeks.
About 2 weeks. So somewhere around the first,
Beginning of October.
second week of October. Fantastic.
Nice.
Called Lion Heart.
I'm so proud of all the musicians on the record, and the producer. Did a great job.
So what are your websites and things again?
DeniseMillerMusic.com and Denise Miller Music on Facebook. Instagram is at Denise_and_son.
There you go. So what's next? Where are you going from here?
Oh my goodness. Promoting Richard. I'm going to start promoting Lionheart. I wanted to give Richard out there and get all the attention to that, and then I can ease in, because they were recorded at the same time. So I'm holding back on Lionheart because do this one and then give this one the push. So like I'm looking to book some appearances at Cafe Improv and Cafe Artiste, and anywhere else I can start taking this thing out and playing them.
Nice. Any gigs coming up?
Right now, no. The band, I play with a band called Ladies Night Out, and we're on vacation because the one's in Vermont and one's in Florida. So we're not booked until next year. We'll see what we do. So right now I'm quiet.
I think it's horrendous that they're out on solo tours.
Yeah, right. Mary Lutton goes to Vermont for a month every September. That's her. That she loves Vermont, and so they're up there. And then Gail has business in Florida, so and we'll see. We usually perform a few times at Albert Hall, and Ocean County Artists Guild. So
now let me get your just a quick take on something. Us musicians, we love to perform. We love to play. And everybody's been raving about this Albert Hall. And I think it's great that they welcome original music. I really do. And they usually get good crowds, right?
they do. I love playing there.
Okay, so, and I don't want to sound like a jerk.
I know it's hard.
I got a reputation to withhold or uphold.
Get off my
not
lawn.
withhold. That's right. Get off my lawn. I don't want to sound like a jerk. But why don't they pay these people? Why don't the musicians get paid?
Nobody gets paid. The people who run it don't get paid. All the money goes to the maintenance of the building, and then after that they give out scholarships. They do things like that. They find, yeah. You'd have to go on to alberthall.org, and then you could see all about them and what they do. And really, it's kind of, I tell people it's the Northeast answer to the Grand Ole Opry. There's a lot of country and bluegrass in there. I've been allowed to perform some of my originals. I remember when I did I Will See You Again for the Hope and Recovery. Roy was asked me to play it there, and I did. So I did a couple of them.
Well, I know. Okay, now you've played there. Kenny Kay has played there. The Williams Boy has played there. Redbird has played there.
Yeah, she's part of the society. She's
like the president.
Yeah,
now or
it's
something.
Albert Music Hall, Pinelands Cultural Society runs it. So that's
Pinelands Cultural Society.
Because, and the reason why I ask that is because I tend to bristle at venues and promoters who claim to be all about the original music, and then they don't want to pay the artists or the performers, and it's just kind of, I mean, I'm talking like gas money, even something for their time. So I always kind of bristle at that because I know that places like that charge a ticket fee. And I know that, like you said, I mean, there are costs for heating and air conditioning and maintenance.
The sound system and all of these things.
And heat and hot water and all that, and the sound system. And I get all that, and I understand that. But, so much for 12 minutes, right?
You talked. What can I tell you?
So But that's another discussion for another time. All right, Denise, thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
for making the trip here to the 2-track studios of Deco Entertainment.
I love
is
it.
always, and I sincerely mean this, it is always a pleasure to be in your company.
Thank
it
you.
really is.
Same for me. Thank you very much.
So next week we have
A guest.
yeah, we do have a guest.
We have the Successful Failures.
Oh, that's right. They got a brand new album
I know,
out.
I saw that. That's
Imagine that. It's like their 480th album in the last 3 weeks. But
true.
Mick and Tom will probably be in from the Successful Failures.
Good.
Means, oh, God, we got to get beer.
Now, you go to Old Heights Brewing.
Yeah, right.
That's right.
So, Denise, good luck with it. Once again, Denise Miller, the new record is called,
Richard.
or the
And
new
the
single is
the new one will be Lionheart.
Lionheart. There you
That's
go. Coming to a
Spotify.
audio
Streaming near you.
experience near you. That's right. Denise,
All digital devices.
right? Thank you so
Outlets.
much.
Thank you.
All right. Until next week.
Rock on!